Alright, good evening, everybody. Today we'll be talking about breaking the shackles of fear and winning every time. This is a very important topic because fear is one thing that every human being on the surface of the earth has experienced in one way or the other, and it's something that limits people to do great things. It limits people to become who they want to be or who they are meant to be. So today we'll be talking about the concept of fear and the concept of winning, how we can break the shackles of fear and how we can position ourselves to win every single time. And this is a very beautiful conversation that I want us to just, first of all, understand the meaning of fear, because we cannot fight or prefer solution to something we don't know the meaning, right? We cannot position ourselves to win every single time if we don't even know the meaning of fear, if we don't know what we are going through, if we cannot trace the problem back to the root cause, right? And this is what we want to try to achieve today in this session. So I'll be diving straight into the meaning of fear, and I want you to follow along. So take your jotter and make sure you jot something down, right? Now, I want you to be very optimistic, even if you know the meaning of fear before. Just open your mind and open your mind, right, to receive and get new knowledge, right, and new perspective of things. So, fear is an unpleasant emotional state of the mind that is triggered by the perception of danger, whether physical, emotional, real, or imagined. What did I say fear is? I said fear is an unpleasant. So I want us to be taking note of the main characters of this definition, right? It's an unpleasant feeling or unpleasant emotional state of the mind. So we have mind, we have unpleasant emotional state, we have triggered by the perception of danger. So we have triggered as the main word, we have perception of danger, we have whether physical, emotional, real, or imagined. So this, with this definition, we are able to capture the meaning of fear, and we are able to know when we move forward to actually see how our fears are limiting us. We can actually see how we are being stopped, our full potentials are not being reached, right? So let's break down the meaning of fear. So we said fear is an unpleasant emotional state of the mind. It's unpleasant because you don't like it. Deep down in you, you know that you don't like this feeling that you are feeling, right? It comes with a lot of uncertainty, like you are just not at ease with yourself. You just feel like what's going on, right? It's an unpleasant feeling. If it's pleasant, you will be happy to have fear now, right? But whenever fear comes, you are not happy. That is why it's unpleasant, right? Because your body can tell or your mind can tell that something is wrong or something is about to go wrong, right? And because of that, you are not happy. It's an unpleasant emotional state of the mind. Now let's go further to triggered. So this word triggered means that it is, what is the other word for triggered? Like it is sparked up by something, right? Something prompted to happen. That is the word triggered. That is the meaning of triggered. So when next you are faced with fear, try to look at it very keenly and try to see what is triggering my fears currently, right? What is currently triggering my fears? Ah, what's going on? Okay, so ask yourself, what is triggering my fears, right? What is sparking or prompting me to be afraid? When you begin to check this thing, you will be able to know that you are one step closer to solving your problem. You are one step closer to becoming free from that fear, right? So that's the word trigger. That is one of the things that is attributed to fear. Now, one thing that is attributed to fear again is a perception of danger, right? Don't forget we say trigger. Trigger is something that prompts it. So what is that thing that prompts it? A perception of danger, right? A perception of danger, which means you feel unsafe. You feel unsafe in some certain ways. It could be physically, it could be emotionally, it could be real, or it could be imagined, right? But you just feel like there's something that is going about to go wrong, or there's something that is wrong, right? A perception of danger. This is the things that prompts or triggers fear, right? Like I said, let's know that fear is being triggered, right? And there are things that can trigger fear. Like we said, we have a perception of danger, whether physical, emotional, real, or imagined. Past events can trigger fears, right? When you have things that happened in the past and you have not gotten over it, that thing can still trigger fear in you. You can always have flashbacks of memories, those unpleasant memories that you've had, right? And that can trigger your fear mechanism or your fear antenna, right? Not just things in the past that happen, we can also have things that is about to happen in the future, which is future expectations. Future expectations can also result to fear. It can also trigger fear. And this future expectation is not necessarily something that has to be like what is that thing now? If you will not make it, for instance, it could be that you have an expectation of something, right? And you don't know how that thing will go. You are scared that this thing will go wrong. That could be future expectation. Future expectation practically could mean that maybe you are writing an exam and you've written the exam, but you don't know how your score will come out, right? Even if you have an assurance in you that you did your best, you are still anxious. That is the word. You are anxious of how your exam will come out or turn out to be. And this is why it is a future expectation, right? So your exam, if your exam is going to be good or it is going to be bad, can be a reason for someone to be anxious, right? Now, knowing that these are the things and these are what defines fear, what is the what is the what is the consequence of being afraid? What is that effect, the side effect of being afraid? And I'll just mention a couple of them so that we can just take that for now and before we move into the winning every time. Now, fear makes us weak. This is one of the disadvantages of fear. The disadvantages of fear is that fear makes us very weak, right? It might not necessarily mean weak physically, it could mean weak mentally, it could mean weak emotionally, right? It makes us weak, it makes us look like we are helpless. That is what fear does, and there's nothing good that comes out of that, really, right? When you are feeling weak and you are feeling helpless, it doesn't really add to anything, right? So that is one of the disadvantages of fear, right? I want us to know that fear is a belief system. It's a belief system, just like faith is a belief system. so is fear, right? And fear now, there's something that I want to bring a juxtaposition, like I want to marry the two of them together, fear and faith. Now, do you know that fear means doubt, right? Fear means doubt. What is doubt? Doubt means you do not believe in something, Abi. That is doubt. What is faith? Faith means you believe in something, you are positive about something. Believing, you can attribute believing to faith. At least that is what everybody is thinking about, like attributing belief system. When you believe in something, you attribute it to you have faith. But what if I tell you that when you are scared, when you are anxious, you are also believing in something? We know we said something like fear is doubt also, right? But even doubt, what doubt mean, if you look at it critically, you see that doubt is believing in something that is not working. So there's always a belief system that is attached to either faith or fear. Faith is believing that something positive can happen. Doubt is believing that something positive might not happen or something will go wrong. You believe that something will go wrong, right? It's a doubt, but you still believe in that doubt. While you are doubting, you believe that the outcome will be negative. So it's a belief system. And when we begin to know that this is a belief system, and when we begin to know that there is a way we can position our mind, we can set our mind well, the power of fear will not have any hold on us. The power of fear will not have any hold on us. And I see a lot of people think, a lot of people scared that they will make it in life, right? Why are they scared that they will make it in life? Maybe due to circumstances, due to past events, like I said, due to future expectations, right? Due to their current situation, they are scared that they will make it in life, because that's one of the major reasons why people are scared, right? Then part of the reason why people are scared too is because maybe there's a danger, there's a threat to life, right? They are scared. So, but in this case, we are not talking about threat to life. We are talking about it. We are talking about fear in the financial, in the breakthrough, and in the making it scenario. That's what we are talking about fear. We are talking about fear in the context of people who are scared that they will make it in life. Now, when I said that fear, the act of fear doesn't really have anything good that comes out of it, you might look at it that am I sure that I'm correct? But let's discuss it together, right? Thank you for joining Confidence. So I was talking about fear, and I was talking about how fear, nothing really good comes out of fear. But when you look at it in a way, you might think that, oh, when you are afraid, something good can still come out of fear. Like fear will keep you on your toes, right? Because we are talking about fear not in the context of threat to life now, but in the context of I'm scared to make it. I don't know if I'll make it in this life, so I have to double my hustle. I have to do this. I have to do that. So that's the context we are trying to get fear from, right? So I said nothing really good comes out of fear, but many people will argue against that. But let us discuss it together and see how it works, and see that there's even a better approach to these things. So when I said fear is I explained fear as an unpleasant emotional state of the mind triggered by the perception of danger, whether physical, emotional, real, or imagined, right? Fear is an unpleasant emotional state of the mind triggered by either perception of danger, whether physical, emotional, real, or imagined. So taking it back to our context of not making it in life, a lot of people are scared. They have this fear in their mind that, oh, what if all I've done is a waste of time, right? And because of that, what if they are living life based off of like that fear mechanism, like they are triggered by fear, they are motivated by that fear, right? Fear of not making it, fear of settling for less or something like that. Which, if you look at it, because the fear makes them step on their toes and like be on guard, right? It might seem as if it's a good thing, but there is a better one, which is anticipating, right? Anticipating things. Fear keeps us backward. It makes us, there's just a way that fear keeps our mind, it keeps our disposition that we are just stuck. We are like on survival mode. That is the word. We are on survival mode. But if we look at it from a place of winning every time, which we are trying to which we are trying to like talk about in this session, if you look at in the context of making it winning every single time, we will not have fear in our mind because we know that there is every possibility that we are going to win. There's every possibility that we will make it in life. There's every possibility that that thing that we put our hands and our minds to do will work out. And even when they don't work out, we are not scared that, oh, I've wasted my time, I've wasted my life, this, that. Because we will be able to see possibilities even in things not working out. But when we are moved by fear, we are all we will see is like, oh, this time of my life is just gone like that. I just wasted it. In the time that you are idle, you might just say, I've wasted my life, or this, that, right? But for someone that is always seeing life from a place of winning, always seeing life from the positive angle, I know that there are times that even our guard might drop, whereby a little fear might come in, right? But the person that position himself, that set his system to a default winning always mode, has a better advantage. He has like, yeah, better advantage to win, right? And he's not just moved by whatever circumstances that is coming his way. So that's why I said fear is not, there's nothing really good that comes from it, right? Some people might argue against it, some people might argue for it, but for me, I've choose to look at my life and say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I know I will make it. I know I'll succeed in this thing. The question now is not that will I make it. The question is, what do I have to do that can get me closer to this making it? What do I have to do? Who do I have to know? Where do I have to go? Right? What knowledge do I have to know to be able to get me closer to this dream life, to this winning state, right? That way, I position myself and I count the progress one step at a time. I count the progress daily. Unlike people that are saying that they are scared of making it, they don't know if they will make it, or they are just moved by fear generally. They are looking at the destination, and some of them might not even ask themselves like, what should I do to get there, right? Some of them, when they even ask themselves, what should I do to get there, and they have the information of what to do to get to certain height, and they maybe take the first step to do that thing, and that thing did not work out, they are already going back to survival mode. They are going back to that mode of anxiety, that mode of fear that, oh, what went wrong, this, that. They might not even see the possibility that, oh, this thing didn't work out, but with this thing I was able to meet so and so person that might also take me or link me or redirect me to the right path. They will not see those kind of things, right? Because they are blinded with fear, they are blinded with anxiety. So to sum this up and to give us the winning strategy is very simple, and I in my research that I've made, I've noticed that the simple things are always what wins every time, right? There are some times that people try to complicate things. Oh, what is the winning strategy like? And somebody just tell you one thing, and you be like, ah, is that it? Some people might be expecting 8 steps to winning big, 5 steps to doing better, blah blah blah. But the the simple strategy or all that you might need is just one word. It could just be think positively, right? That think positively can be your winning strategy. And I learned something from Myron Golden. He said that instead of giving people 8 steps to do this, there are places for that actually. But like instead of giving people that and always saying 14 ways to do this, 25 ways to do this, it's tiring because when somebody say 25 ways to do so and so thing, they will now start thinking of, okay, I'm just in the starting phase of one. How will I get to 25? Or when will I even get to 25? When will I even get to 15? Right? Because of that, they are tired already, even before doing the thing or taking the steps or the action, they are already tired. But when you limit your steps or your strategies to a simpler and more achievable way, it's easier to remember. It's easier for people to feel encouraged to do that. So in this session, our takeaway now is to think positively. Think positively is our strategy for winning every single time. No matter the situation that come, when we think positively, we can know that okay, this thing happened. What am I learning from it? This thing happened. Oh, it means that I should not take this route again. I should follow the other route. And sometimes we human beings, we are very funny people, right? We are very, very funny people. When, and I want to use the example of Thomas Edison. He said it was recorded that he failed how many times? 10,000 times. Thomas Edison failed at creating the light bulb, right? But when you ask him in his quote, he will say he did not fail 10,000 times. He said he just discovered 10,000 ways of not doing that thing right or something like that. And that's to tell you that for someone like him, he celebrated the process, right? He celebrated the process. But when we are looking it from a place of fear, and I see it a lot among people, they don't even look at the process. They are just focused on what they feel at that point, right? They just focus on what they feel at that point, and they are now having anxiety. I keep on asking some of my friends that have anxiety, like, how do you guys do it? Because I'm not sure if I've had anxiety experience before. Not because I'm special, but because I just choose to like, okay, what's now going to happen now? This anxiety that I'm having or that you guys are having, I'm not saying it's not valid, but what is it changing? It's not really changing anything. It's even doing you guys a disservice because it's making you weak. I made mention something before you joined. I said fear makes us weak, right? It makes you weak. It makes you feel like you are helpless. It makes you feel like, okay, people should now come and start pitying you or something like that, right? And I'm not saying that human beings should not be vulnerable. Human beings should not like um, sob or cry or give in to pain at some point. But I'm saying that in this context of fear, when you want to start something, you are afraid. Like, why are you afraid? And I'll keep on holding on to this thing. Our first ever ink talks, the one we did virtually. Um, Lovett said something. He said, for the fact that you are scared, that is a sign that that thing will work. I was like, I got to pick that word, and that word is still in my brain up to today, right? Because even when we wanted to do the virtual event, it's not like I was scared. I was not scared, but I was just like, oh, I was excited of how will this thing work. For the fact that Lovett wanted to join, Lovett didn't even know what she would say or what she would, because she was busy and she was not able to really prepare like that, but she had to do it anyways, right? Being scared, in fact, for me, because I got to hear what Lovett said, that particular word, and I believe maybe in the future I'm still going to quote her. Because I heard that word, which stuck to me, I was able to even give somebody or encourage somebody that was afraid. I said, for the fact they're even scared that will this thing work, is a chance or is a sign that it will work. It will definitely work, right? So we can always win every single time, and our strategy, like I said, is thinking positively. When we think positively, we are setting our minds for improvement, we are setting our mind for analysis, and analysis in the sense that we are going to be reflective, we are going to look at things, we are going to pause and say, okay, this didn't work here, how can I improve this better, what did I learn from this situation or these challenges, right? And that way we'll keep on going. And don't forget, when we are doing analytics, it also means that we are doing research, and research or self-learning is the one thing that every human being, like, is the one thing that can help you win. It is that is like the beginning of innovation. That self-researching, that self-learning, asking question, and there is no innovation that someone would do that will not leave him better than he was, right? If you ask, why are we using Google Meet to do this call? Can we not do it on live? Can we not broadcast it live? Because you ask that question, it means that there's now an answer that will be waiting for you somewhere. And when you figure out that answer and you find out that, oh, it's even possible for us to use a more better platform, you are no longer the same person you were in that 5 minutes time that you asked that question. So a positive mind, a positive person that is thinking positively will definitely win every single time. In fact, I have not seen the thing that will make him fear. And I want to give this example. At some point, okay, I because not to sound like Steve, okay, I did not fear at some point. There was a time I was owing, what's it called, this OP people easy money. That was my first time of owing them money. Last part, I borrowed and things was tough. I was not able to pay back. The interest rate was going up. OP people are calling, like they are calling me like, hey, I was scared. Like, what's going on? And me, I don't like owing somebody. If I owe you money like this, I like to make sure that I pay back. They called. God helping, I was able to pay back. So, but in the time of like researching and other things, as I was getting information, I now found out that these people are doing business. If you are owing them money, unlike your friends now, if you are talking about financial institutions, banks. If a bank gives you loan and you are owing, yes, your time might have been, like, your time to pay back might have been exceeded, which means your interest is climbing, right? The more you delay, the more money the banks are making, the more money these loan people are making, right? So it's more profit to them, right? When the guy broke it down, I was like, oh really? Now like this it be. Ever since then, I was just like, if I know I'm owing you guys, but I'll pay, right? You guys can keep on making it climb, but I know that I'm paying. When I have small, I'll drop. When I have small, I'll drop. Because I now had a shift of mindset that, okay, these people are actually doing business, right? If they call you here and they use call to finish you, it's because they want to recoup their money back, right? Which is normal thing to do. But because they want to recoup their money back, doesn't make me to now start feeling anxious or jumping up and down. I nearly wanted to make that mistake, but I thank God I didn't make that mistake. I wanted to sell my laptop just to pay my gbese. But as a point, I now go to the you're laughing. I wanted to sell my laptop just to pay gbese because I don't like it. Assuming I had sold my laptop, maybe that would have paid the gbese finish and I would have not bought another laptop. And laptop now in the market is really crazy. The prices. And apart from say the price sef, what I'm able to use the laptop to do currently now, assuming I sold it just to pay debt, I would have regretted my life. So they are still calling, but I'm no longer anxious because I know that these people, we are doing business. I just know that it's me that is losing. You cannot come and use your own hand. But there are people in my shoes that will now enter high blood pressure on top 200k, on top 100k, on top 50k. 50k, can you imagine? 50k or 100k. So ever since then, I now begin to see things positively because as much as I'm teaching about this, I'm also practicing it. I look at it and say, okay, if you are owing somebody, let's say 100k for instance, not that you are not paying, you are paying as you have, right? And the person is always disturbing you, always disturbing you. It's normal for the person to disturb you. The the interest rate is going up, right? It's normal. So does that mean that you should now feel anxious, feel have anxiety, want to kill yourself, want to do dubious thing because you want to pay back? No, it doesn't mean you should do that. You understand? And I also look at it from a point of resilience. That's one I even hold dear to me. I now see 200k, I see 100k as small money, right? It might not be my account though, even because you know when you are owing somebody, you are at a minus. Now, it's not, it's the way I see it now is like, okay, at least I'm even owing 200k. So, which means that I'm above 200k in the first place. 200k has nothing on me. In fact, I should be looking at owing bigger money like the government. I'm just saying this for just laugh and joke sake. But think of it, Nigeria is owing, the government are owing, world banks are owing, all those people are owing. And when Otedola or Dangote and all these people hold bigger money, nobody is in their neck. Oh. In fact, the banks themselves, according to what I read, they are the one that is organizing dinner for these people. They will organize dinner for these people, sit down and dine with them, attend their parties. They are owing them billions of naira, but they are the one that will even organize this thing for them. They are not going anywhere, right? These are business metrics because they know that okay, you guys are making money off me, right? So that singular act taught me how to like be strong and not shaking. That okay, how much be the money wey wan shake me? I go pay the money. It's just a matter of what can I do now? What business can I do now? Or what assets can I have or can I sell that can compound quickly or fastly and give me that money to pay that debt off? That's the way I'm thinking, not that the world is coming to an end. When you hear some people say, they owe Igbese, this, that, they will not feel shattered. They will not be like they are going through a lot and all those kind of things. But yeah, that's just basically what we have for today. So I want us to know that we can win every single time, and because of for the fact that we are failing is a sign that we are winning. Oh, I don't drop quotes. I'll go write this one down. For the fact that we are failing means that we are winning, because if we do not fail, we cannot win. Oh, that's good. If we do not fail, we cannot win. And now we know that failing, sometimes fear can come as a result of failing. But if you are failing, it's a sign that it could mean that you are doing something wrong. At the same time, it could mean that you are doing something right. It depends on how you see it, which is the positive thinking. There's a way you will fail and you know that okay, I fail today, I fail tomorrow, I can tweak and tweak and tweak to my betterment. Not you are failing at the wrong thing and you are not even doing anything about it. That one is stupidity, right? When you are failing and when you are analyzing your actions, you are analyzing your decisions, you know that you are winning automatically, right? So yes, that is basically it. And yeah, we have come to the end of our class. Thank you for joining. If you have anything to say, add, I'd like to hear your thoughts, I'd like to hear your perspective, and yeah, the floor is open. Can you hear me? Do you have anything to add?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Good evening,
Good evening. How are you
Mr.
doing?
David. I'm fine, thank you. Thank you so very much for this another. Thank you very much for yet another insightful session. So today basically I learned that for you to win inside, you have to fail, right? And if one sees failure as, oh, I can't do better, that's even where the problem is, because it's not a crime to fail, right? It's not a bad thing to fail.